Yo, Samthedingus here for another tutorial. It's a beautiful park day. I've been working on my tricks. I'm getting the mastery of swing tricks at last, and that's such a gratifying feeling, and I think everyone should be able to work to that spot. Everyone can, it's just if you're going to choose to or not. So, seeing as how I'm getting good at swing throughs, I want to make a tutorial on them, but I haven't done a cheat gainer tutorial yet. So, that's what this is. Cheat gainer. I just made a running gainer tutorial, so I think this is a prerequisite for the running gainer. A little bit easier, a little easier to work into, so I will just get into the technique, a little bit of the fear breakdown, but this is one of the first tricking flips you should learn. Semi-mandatory prerequisite, of course you don't need it, but it can only help, is a backflip. If you're not scared to rotate straight over your head, it makes learning backflip variations so much easier. So for starts, a backflip will help, but again, optional. So the trickiest thing about the cheat gainer is figuring out which setup you like best. There's a few different ways to do the running setups, and I made a tutorial specifically for just swing setups, and a cheat gainer is a swing move. Move meaning you start in the eagle position and you swing your legs and arms forward to get you height and rotation. So there's a whole tutorial on swing setups, but I'll go over a few here. Most of the time when people say cheat gainer, it's going to be J-step or Euro step. Now, Euro step is just a term I picked up somewhere along the way. I don't know if it's accurate, but I'll just show you the difference. Cheat gainer, a J-step is just running. You alternate feet, and then on the last one you go. So that looks like this. Euro step being similar, but the last step is a skip step on the same leg. For me, this is optimal for power and control. Consistency, everything. Usually I do this from standing, but I'll do it with a few steps here. I'll pick whichever one of those you want, maybe even try both. It can only help. Once you got that, you need to know which one's your kick leg. Figure that out pretty quick. Which one you kick a soccer ball with is most likely your kick leg, but you know, you might be weird and switch it up. Technique isn't too simple. Just a little bit of backwards rotation, but you actually get to tilt a little bit to the side. You don't have to go straight over your head, although you can. So, basic technique breakdown. Pick your setup of choice. I'll use Euro step from now on because that's way better if you ask this dude, though I started with the J step. Get your setup of choice, get on that last step. When you make it to your last step, as a swing suggests, you have to get into the eagle position. So on that last step, you should be a little bit blocking, so your foot's a little bit in front of you, and your leg is behind, and your arms are behind. This means you can just get maximum power when you push everything forward and up. You're almost done. You're getting up to the flip part itself. You're going to get here, you're going to kick to your opposite shoulder. Most of the time I don't think about going to my shoulder, I just kick in general. That's because I've been practicing for a while. But kick up to your shoulder, arms follow as well. And you're going to kick up and jump in good timing, meaning once your leg is about getting to the peak of its jump, or its raising, that's when you jump, and it'll all combine so that you can rotate easily. And once you're in the air, you can decide what to do. You can maintain that position, kick all the way through, and that's what we call a cheat gainer. Kicking through on your leg, landing on your jump leg. Now that is hard for some people at first, and so you can do a tucked gainer. Same shit, tuck your legs in. So whichever style of rotation you choose, kick or tuck, just hold on a little bit. Pretty soon you'll see the floor. Well, that's the beautiful thing about a cheat gainer. It's because you're looking over your shoulder, you can almost see the ground the entire time. Spotting the floor is a great way to make things not scary. Gives you more control of it. Tips for the rotation itself before I go over the fear. Well, first, height, of course. Your set is the most important part. Once you kick up, you don't want to look back right away. If you put your back down, you look your head back, that's where you'll stop going up, and all that energy will turn to rotation. So it's about finding the right time to lean back to get you the best height and spin. For the spin itself, really it's all core strength. You don't want to be extended. You don't want to be doing a bridge stretch mid-air. That means you won't be able to pull in at all. So keep it tight in your core. That way your body stays still in the air and just spins instead of being all loose and floppy, and you can feel the turbulence. Best thing I have for you in this tutorial, not so much technique telling because there isn't, ton of technique to tell, but it's how I learned it and how you could probably learn it as well. So a macaco is also a bonus help here. Based on what I'm about to do, you'll understand why, but a macaco looks like this. That's essentially a grounded cheat gainer. Part of me just wants to defer you to my cheat gainer progression video, because that'll save time here and get me some more of that sweet views and revenue. I'm not even monetized, but so what I did for the cheat gainer, similar to what I did for backflips and back handsprings. Start by going to the side until you're ready to straighten out. So what I would do is get your setup of choice, run it out, kick, and then just turn your body way over, so that it's obviously not a cheat gainer, but it's also obviously not scary. Tricking is of progressive nature, and so you're just going to take that little movement there and craft it into the right movement. Just run through it a few times until you're less and less scared. You can straighten it out, and eventually you'll have a cheat gainer. When you're ready, full send. Well, that's pretty much it. It's a beautiful park day. Happy to share what I know. If you're going to learn tricking, you want to learn flips, not just to be cool, but because you're passionate about it, tricking. Cheat gainer is essential foundation. You must learn this, my son. As your father, I will tell you, every single trick, every single swing trick uses the cheat gainer as a base. You've got variations of the gainer itself, gainer scissor, gainer hook, things like gainer hyper. You know, you can get super crazy. And then you got gainer switches. Now we're talking about swing chains. That's where you do a gainer switch, which is a next tutorial, by the by. Gainer switch is gainer land on the same leg. You jumped off. Now you'll notice when my leg landed, my leg was back in the starting position. So when you get control of it, you'll be able to swing into another one. Also, the signature move of tricking, the cork. It's based off the cheat gainer. It's a cheat gainer with a twist. Do it from a scoot. I will reiterate one more time. If you want to trick, you are a tricker. You must learn this trick ASAP. Get to work on it. Work backflips first, maybe cartwheels, aerials, rolls, but this should be first on your to-do list. And also, it's one of the coolest tricks, even though it's basic. So get your ass to work, son. What else are you doing? What are you doing on YouTube right now? Go play outside. Learn to go upside down. Peace and love.